Everyone, welcome again to MJS Coaching Football and Happy New Year. Today I'm continuing my sim pressure blitz package by going over one of our other backer um, single plug pressures that we call Bob, and I'll go through why it's called Bob and all those things. But first, I'll go through just some of the basic um, items in the agenda that help you better understand the blitz concept and how we accomplish it in our sim pressure disguise package. Okay, so we call it Bob. It's a single plug. We don't say Bob single plug. Okay, Bob. It's a sim pressure. This particular video, it's in our 5 front system, which is our base 3 down. Okay, and after I go through the key items on the agenda, I'll start up here in Pacific and then go clockwise to Atlantic, Mass, and Cali, which are the 4 different looks we'll give you in our sim pressure package, right? Remember, it's left and right. So non-subscribers, you got to push that button. All righty? So what is a single plug concept, right? We're going to start with that. In this particular case, it's one inside linebacker, the backer, is going to plug B gap. Okay, so anything that begins with the letter B for us, the backer's blitzing. Okay, and for us, Bob tells the backer plug B gap. Okay. So number 2, let me give you a little background. At the college level, whether it's Division III, FBS, and even the NFL for that matter, don't ever assume that your players just naturally understand, okay? Because they're not the ones putting together the system. You, the coach, is. All right, so you know why things are coming together because you put it together. So don't assume that your players are automatically going to know, oh, it's Bob. Okay, line up here and just do it, right? Oh, because as an example, how many times does the backer line up on the line of scrimmage, number one, and then number two on the outside shade of the offensive tackle, right? Never, unless we're in our sim pressure disguise, okay? So from there, they've got to execute the basic single plug that we call Bob. So this is how we present it to our players. Different starting point. Acknowledge, be up front with the guys. Look, we realize you're in a different spot and you're out of your comfort zone. Right? You got to acknowledge that right up front. Don't make them feel like, oh my God, well, what? You don't know, right? Don't do that to the kid or to the guy or whoever it is. Again, they're not putting this together. You are, right? So you got to present it to them. So acknowledge they're in a different spot. They're out of their comfort zone. Different starting point, but it's the same end point. And be slow, right? Walk through this. Use the opportunity to show them, okay? Moving parts. Start slow or build up to going full speed. If you do that, things will connect and the players will love it. Not only will they be able to execute it, they will love it because they'll understand what you're asking them to do and why they're doing it. Remember, this is a generation. It's not do as I say, not as I do. They want to know why they're doing things, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Okay? So that's a huge coaching point. Number 2, different starting point, same ending point. And then number 3, you got to make sure you also show the guys how it impacts the coverage. Okay? How do you cover people up if you got 4 wide receivers? Like in our diagrams, it's 4 wide receivers. In fact, it's 3 by 1. So start off with the most difficult scenario so they can see how easy your system is to cover guys up. Okay, so they'll buy in. You want them to buy in, you got to get them to see that this is a sound thing you're asking them to do. Okay, so for us, the coverage spin is to the 3 receiver side. That's our 3 by 1 rule. Doesn't matter where the blitz is or who's blitzing. Boom, we're going to spin the safeties to the 3 receiver side. Okay? So spin to the 3 receiver side is automatic. And again, don't assume your players know that. And then teach them why you want to spin the safeties to the 3 receivers. Okay? So here we go. We're going to start up here. I'm going to diagram everything. It gets kind of messy quick, so I apologize up front. So you'll notice we got 3 wide receivers left, Liz, 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 and Liz. So you can see versus the same formation, the same 3 receivers to the same side, the defensive left, how it changes, okay? So here we got Pacific. So the D-line, right, slid to the left. D-line is underlined. The backer is the primary blitzer. In fact, he's the only blitzer. So the first thing I'm going to do in each particular case is show you the coverage. So 3 receivers are left. Liz, we're going to spin left, so we got a Louis call. Corner has ace, which means number 1. On the snap, we show the too high middle of the field open picture. When the ball snapped, we spin. Okay, don't help the quarterback out. So he's going to screw down. Deuce, he's got number 2. Since the dime is aligned on the 3 receiver side, he becomes the tray. The whip is going to spin middle of the field, middle third. And the boundary corner, ace again. So corners love playing in our system. They got ace, baby. Woo! Right? So that takes care of the coverage. Now, since the back is on the right, it's a Ringo call. Okay? It's got second next to him, and that's because, and I'll go over his technique in a minute. Oh, sorry. The defensive end's got to cross his face first. Okay? So the technique, and it ends up being the same for the mic, and I'll go over what's meant by a Myers combo in a minute. Right? We still got the running back we have to account for in coverage. We say we want you to pop, shuffle, plug. Pop, shuffle, plug. So they have their inside foot up, so they're both on the right. Their left foot's the up foot. They're selling, so they're going to make sure they're not over the football. We tell them your face mask should be on the down hand of the nose, and if you're not sure, back up even a little bit more. All right, and then they're going to push off the big bone of their big toe and pop back. They're going to pop as fast as they can, as far as they can, and then the shuffle is we want them to be about 3 yards. So it's probably going to take a little bit of a shuffle. Pop, a little bit of a shuffle, okay? So in the case of the backer, what's going to happen is pop, shuffle, shuffle, and then he's going to drive in. Once he sees the stud, in this case, cross his face, plug the B gap. Don't delay. Right? So now that takes care of the pressure. We have what's called a Mars. Mike and Rover, the 2 linebackers available to cover the running back. So because the Rover's outside of the Mike, he's going to pop, and then he's going to work the Mike, that is, work to the left, and then the Rover is on the right, so we have our combo. We have a linebacker on either side of the center to take care of the running back. So now over here in Atlantic, the backer is to the 3 receiver side, so now it's a lucky. So you got ace, spin down on the snap, spin middle, ace. Now the Rover's aligned over here, so he becomes the tray. Right? So now the Mike and the dime are available to combo the back, so now it's a mad combo. So again, you have the second and the first. These guys are going to pop off. He's going to go. He's going to plug the B gap, defensive end, speed rushing through the outside. So now the Mike and the dime are available to combo the back. In mass, Now the Mike linebacker stacks over the center. The backer is lined up on the left. So we got a Lucky, and the three receivers are also on the left, so it's a Louie. We got Ace, screw down on the snap. The dime is the furthest outside, so he becomes the tray. Spin middle, Ace. So now the two defenders available to combo the back are the Mike and the Rover. So now the Mike works to his right. The Rover pops off. So we got our combo in the running back. The backer pop, shuffle, shuffle. Let the end go first. Plug the B gap. And there it is. So you can kind of see the different look if you're an offense that you're getting it. It's the exact same thing. But again, even someone like the defensive end's out of his comfort zone, he never lines head up on the center. Unless we're in our sim pressure disguise, right? And last and certainly not least is Callie. So we'll start again with the coverage. We got Ace. Screw down on the snap. We got Deuce. Trey's a whole different ball game here in this front, which I'll cover in a second. Boundary corner is Ace. So, okay, you got our four linebackers, and the Mike is stacked over the center. So the backer, Rover, and Dime are all away from the three receivers. See, this is why I show you the same formation versus all four sim pressure disguises. Okay. So now here's what's going to happen. It's still going to be a Mars combo because we use the whip to be the tray defender. He's going to use our poach technique, which is the same thing as check pit. Not subscribers, you have to push the button, right? So on the snap, he's coming over and he's poaching three vertical. And obviously, if three runs anything short, he just runs a sit route. We got to rally down hard and be alert for double moves. Yes, yes, and yes. But we're not going to change our alignment rules just because three receivers are over there. Then you get too many complications, right? Oh, yeah, you line over here. Oh, unless, here's how we handle it. He's the tray poach. Our dime is a hybrid player. In a situation, we'll put a fifth DB in there. He's going to be the middle third on the snap. He's running to the middle of the field. I mean, we're manned up, so the likelihood is he's going to be in a position to help out with this 1X, but nonetheless, that's how we handle it. Up front, okay, we got the backer, pop, shuffle, shuffle, DN first. DN crosses his face, boom, plug the B gap, speed rush. Now it's still Mars, but because the Rover is to the right, the Mike's going to work left. And we're still able to get our combo of the running back because the rules stay consistent. And see, you take your time implementing this walkthroughs. Yes, we have the benefit of 4 weeks in the spring, 16 practices. We have the benefit of having a 3-week preseason. Yes, yes, and yes. But if you minimize, scale down your package at the high school level, you can certainly accomplish this. Just remember the premise. You're developing the system, not the player. So acknowledge that you're out of your comfort zone. We know that. So we're going to teach you how simple it is to go from a place you don't ever line up and get to the same gap when you blitz in your normal 3-4 alignment. Okay? So again, I thank you for watching my channel. Any questions, please reach out to me at Coach MJ Sullivan at gmail.com, and I'd love to talk football with you.